Niger's coup leaders have agreed to talks with the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS. The decision follows talks with a group of Nigerian religious scholars in Niger's capital, Niamey. The visit comes as efforts intensified to restore civilian rule in Niger following the coup last month. Coup leader General Tchiani highlighted the historic ties between Niger and Nigeria. The leader of the delegation, Balalau, says those talks could begin very soon. We now cross live to Arise correspondent Awwal Ibrahim, who is in Niamey, the Niger's capital, to give us an account of what's playing out in the West African country. Good to have you on Newsday, Awwal. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, can you give us the latest update on developments in Niger?
Well, the latest just as you have mentioned is that the military says they are still confining evidence that they will use in prosecuting the ousted president, Mohamed Bazoum, for high treason and sabotage, as well as conniving with foreign elements, against the interest of Niger Republic. So this is what is at play. The announcement was made at the early hours of today, that's around 1 a.m. Niger's time. And also, members of the cabinet are expected to resume fully at work today. Remember, they took the whole week, that was last week, forming the cabinet. All the ministers have been appointed and they are expected to resume today. And also the week, we saw a series of rally in support of the military junta here in Niger. So now I think what the people are waiting for is the charges. What exactly will they be specific? These are the offenses that will be charging Bazoum with, and that's it. And also in their statement, they said his fundamental human right was not violated, and also his condition is not all that bad because on Saturday his personal physician was allowed access to him, and he met with Bazoum and examined him for hours. And according to them, it was at the request of the ousted president. That's why they allowed his doctor to see him, and he has given him a clean bill of health. This is part of the announcement that the military made in the early hours of today. They also said the world is being misled by some foreign elements on happenings in Niger.
And Awwal, is there any discussion about a time frame of returning to democratic government? Has that come up yet?
Well, actually, perhaps in some quarters, because I remember when the governor of Maradi region was resuming, he was soliciting for support and cooperation from the people there so that, according to him, they will have a smoother transition when the time comes and the people will also be thanking them. And this is the expectation, generally. That's why they are saying ECOWAS should give the military a listening ear and let them hear from them when will they be ready to hand over power to the civilian. So the people in Niger are expecting the ECOWAS to start talking with the leadership, that's the military leadership. So this will now pave way for a peaceful and thoughtful discussion, according to them, which will now make the military to be very specific on when they intend to hand over back to the civilians.
But Awwal, I'm wondering, what are ordinary Nigerians saying about this situation? Are they worried, probably about an invasion as ECOWAS has threatened?
Yes, actually, the people in Niger, from what we've seen across the state, the country's capital, as well as other urban cities, is solidarity rally, in support of the military. They are saying the Nigerians know their own problems and they know what they want. In fact, others are even saying the coup was long expected because, according to them, only very few people were enjoying, a majority were languishing in poverty. So they said the expectation now is for the military to put everything back in shape, most especially an atmosphere where the natural resources of Niger Republic should be solely manned by the Nigerians themselves. So this is where, according to them, they will be benefiting from what they have. So they are saying the soldiers are now out for them to salvage the situation, of which, according to them, was favoring only very few in the country.
There's been a lot of discussion about the real reasons and the real causes of coups in West Africa. Of course, there's also discussions about democratically allowed coups in situations where we have lifelong presidents, some of which have spoken out against this situation in Niger. I'm wondering if that also might be something that the coalition is tackling right now, or do you think that they are just dealing with the present and imminent danger of destroyed relations between ECOWAS and Niger?
Well, not just that. Well, in the area of the ECOWAS, they are saying ECOWAS should listen to the common man in Niger. What is he saying about the coup? Is he in support or not? So if the ECOWAS is fighting for the people in Niger, then the ECOWAS should have a friendly discussion with this military. According to the majority of the people we interviewed, they say they are in support of the current situation. And they have given their own trust to this military. They are certain, according to them, that they are the people to salvage the situation. And at the political end, others are saying already the offset political party, that's the NMSD Nasra of the former president Bazoum, was saying that they will rule the country for the next 100 years to come. And for them, they think this is not, the right thing to do, because there are other political parties, there are other politicians that should be given, that opportunity also to play their own part. So there is this issue of dominance, according to them, but by very few political elements in the country. So that's why the masses are saying they are in support of the military. So the ECOWAS should listen to the common man in Niger, because according to them, within the last 3 weeks of this situation, nothing has changed. Life is still normal, according to them. Prices have not hiked. I think that is why in today's announcement, the military says they know there are shortages of some commodities. So they are trying to provide a solution whereby the common man will be reached directly, though they are yet to be very specific on what exactly will they bring out to distribute and where the distribution point should be and who should be the beneficiaries.
Arise News correspondent Awwal Ibrahim, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.